Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the good old friend, the Noxious Blightbringer. Now, I actually think he's pretty good. The internet will say otherwise. The big issue with why I run him comes down to the fact there's better choices. That's the only problem. So let's talk about him in just a second. Righto, the Noxious Blightbringer. Now, he's a photed Viren. I think that's how you say it. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Basically, that means anyone with that keyword, you can take 3 of them in a single elite choice slot. They all have to be different, so I can't just take 3 of this guy. It has to be this dude and one of the other 2. He's got the same profile as all of the photed Virons. He's got a movement of 5, weapon skill, blister skill 3+. A strength 4, a toughness 5, 4 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership of 8, and a 3+ save. He is equipped with a plasma pistol, a cursed plague bell, blight grenades, and crack grenades. What do they do? Good question. So the plasma pistol, you've got your 2 firing profiles. It is 12-inch range, pistol 1. The basic version is strength 7, the overcharged version is strength 8. Both of them have AP neg 3. The standard version has a damage of 1. The supercharged version has a 2. The standard version has no other effects or abilities, but the supercharged version, if you roll a 1 to hit, you will be dead. Now, on a crappy little unit dude, that's not too bad, but on a character that does special things to your army, you probably don't want him dying. I'd probably overcharge it if you desperately needed to kill something, or he's going to be dead soon and you don't need him anymore. He then becomes expendable. Righto, the Cursed Plague Bell. It is a combat weapon. It is strength user, AP neg 1, damage 2, and it's a plague weapon. So a plague weapon gives it the ability to reroll 1s to wound. It also means you can take a very special ability on it called, my mind's blanking out because I'm on camera. Yeah, it is called a deadly pathogen. Yeah, so with the deadly pathogens, there's a couple on there that might be useful for him. Basically, the main reason I take the deadly pathogen is to give him +1 strength. So right now he's strength 4, which is okay. I'm finding it the way the meta's moving, strength 5 is a little bit better. There's going to be a lot of toughness 5 stuff running around. You've got the Death Guard, you've got your Orcs, you've got Necrons. There's a lot of toughness 5 stuff starting to appear as troops. So that means there's a lot of them running around. The deathly pathogen straight up gives you +1 strength regardless of what else you put on it. Acid Malady I think is a little bit overcosted, but it does improve your armor penetration by 1, so you're having an AP neg 2. Where the bell's decent too is it is damage 2. Explosive Outbreak's good, but you'll probably want that something else. Virulent Fever, it does extra mortal wounds. I just don't think he's got enough attacks to warrant that one. Befouling Roll-Off ignores cover. That's not really any use because cover doesn't really do anything in combat unless you're the attacker, attacking from combat where you get a +1 to hit in some situations. Unstable Sickness, it does mortal wounds if you destroy a model. Corrosive Filth, +1 to your damage characteristic if you're attacking a vehicle. So damage 3 versus vehicle is not too bad. It's just the neg 1 AP that's not going to make that as reliable. And Vicious Death's useless because it gives you a reroll random attacks. It's not random attacks, so yeah, think about it if you do run this guy, just to take one of them, mainly for the +1 to your strength. But anyways, on to the other stuff. Disgusting Resilience, so he's got neg 1 to incoming damage weapons, and he's got Contagious Nurgle, so he's got the neg 1 toughness bubble all times, and you can flick over different things to him or put it straight on him. His special thing, this is the reasons you take this fella. Alright, he has got Sickening Vitality, which is an aura. While a friendly Plague Company Core or Plague Company Photed Viron. Okay, so your core units or your Photed Virons, which is other guys from the same elite section. Unit is within 6 inches of this model. Each time that unit is selected to make a normal move or advance until the end of the phase, add 1 to that move characteristics of models in that unit. So he's going to help you get up the board faster. Okay, so most of you guys are movement 5. He then goes, all right, cool. You now move 6. So it doesn't work on your cultists or your poxwalkers. Then when you advance, if you need to get to places, it gives you an extra inch there. So realistically, you're guaranteed 2 inches a turn extra. It doesn't sound like much, but being someone who's played orcs for a very long time, I've always taken the red paint job upgrade, and that extra inch or 2, it always goes a mile. Toxin of Misery, it's another aura. While an enemy unit is within 6 inches of this model, subtract 1 from the combat attrition test taken for that unit. So, when I was going through the problems with the Death Guard cultists, if this guy's within combat attrition range of them, and they're half strength, they're going to be rolling 1s and 2s. Their guys die. This will actually make it so 1s, 2s, or 3s they'll die. Now, a lot of the Astartes stuff is immune to negative modifiers to their combat attrition. So even if they're lost 9 out of 10 guys and they've got the 1 guy left and he's then has to roll on it, no matter what, it's only a 1 that'll kill him. So some armies are immune to that, just keep in mind. Empiric Miasma is another aura. While an enemy Psyche unit is within 6 inches of this model, subtract 1 from Psyche test taken for that unit. It's a good rule. The issue it has is the range. Now, there is a Plague Company which does help with that. And this dude does have quite a lot of auras. So he's actually useful for some of them. I'll go over those right now because that's the last of his actual special rules. Which Plague Company? I think it was the Ferryman. Yes. Okay, use this stratagem in your command phase. It's 1 point. Select 1 Ferryman Photed Viron model from your army, then select 1 of that model's aura abilities. Until the start of your next command phase, add 6 inches to the range of that model's selected aura ability to a maximum of 12 inches. So you throw that on him, you pick just 1 of your auras, not all 3, just the 1. So you're either going to be doing a 12-inch radius, 12-inch diameter of +1 to move. You're going to either have a 12-inch diameter of -1 to combat attrition, or you're going to have a 12-inch radius, a 12-inch diameter, of -1 to psychic test taken. 12-inch radius. They're all radiuses. It's a 24-inch diameter. That's me showing how shit at maths I am. So yeah, that can be useful. You know, you come up against a very heavy psychic army, like Grey Knights of 1,000 Suns are out now. That could be useful for them. You come up against Guard or an army with lots of weenie dudes. The negative aura thing for the combat attrition, that could be quite useful for you. There are lots of ways to reduce leadership as well in this book. Or you could just use him to move guys. So I think he has a little bit of utility, but he doesn't see a lot of play because a lot of the other stuff's better. Now, being a character, you can also throw on him the Warlord traits. The Ferryman's Warlord trait is it makes your movement half the distance. So if this dude's giving me +1 to my move, he can then do the bubble, and which you can then use to flick to other guys. And then he can actually make my opponents move less. So I'm suddenly moving faster towards them, they're moving slower, and then the tables kind of turn. It's just kind of cool, I think. But yeah, most of the time he's just going to buff guys like that and nerf your opponent. But yeah, cool. We'll go over some of the others. He's also the cheapest of the Photed Viron, so that is a positive. So yeah, I'm actually done this time. Sweet as. See you next time.